What's up? Short disclaimer. Yes, YouTube is social media. In my personal opinion, you're going to avoid most of the negative side effects depending on how you use it. Like, if you use it intentionally, you never watch YouTube shorts, only click on people who you are already subscribed to. Subscribe to like 5 people, right? Don't go through the home feed and let them suggest shit to you, but only go to your subscribers or the people you subscribe to and only watch people who bring you valuable educational sit down long form unedited content. Those people, they're bringing you value. Like, watching a fucking 2 hour Andrew Huberman sit down podcast is not the same thing as scrolling on TikTok. Like, be fucking for real. You know that's not the same. I don't need to explain why. But anyways, let's get into it. Meta, the tech company that Facebook and Instagram fall under, has 86,000 employees. They're 86,000 computer nerds. Some of the smartest people on the earth are software engineers, IT, data scientists, They pay these guys a lot of money too, by the way. And they sit there all day and they test out which font, which color, which sound, which length, which capital, lowercase, should we send 5 notifications or 10? How quickly do you move on from one picture to the next? What's your facial expression when you click on this video? Where are you when you watched this ad? Etc., etc. So advertisers can use the power of numbers to perfectly predict when you're most vulnerable to show you an ad and influence you with a series of words that worked on other people very similar to you. They have all the data to figure this shit out. So ads used to be one size fits all. They would send out the ad like for a pair of heels and everyone would see it. Men, women, whoever. Everyone would see it. It's not tailored to you individually, right? Now with social media, they know more about you than you know about yourself. So they can perfectly target what you want and when you're most vulnerable, and they can like literally exploit you because they know everything about you. So they can manipulate and exploit you to get your attention, right? So what you might be thinking is, oh, well, I just don't click on ads, Like, I just won't buy the thing that they're trying to sell me. Like, I'm not stupid. I can tell the difference between an ad and when they're trying to get my attention and when they're trying to manipulate me. I'm not done. Well, the problem is all the posts are ads. The entire platform is an ad. Because you see, it's free. It's a tool that they give you for free to use. So why would they give you something free? And just for like what? Out of the kindness of their own hearts? How are the people getting paid? How are the people that created the apps getting paid? They're not doing this shit for free. So if they give it to you for free, how are they getting paid? Well, in return for them giving you this free tool to use, they get all of your data. All of it. And you're thinking, well, who cares? If they know my name and where I live, blah, blah, who cares? Like, what are they going to do with that? Well, they sell it to the people who want your attention. And with that information, they get your attention. A lot of it, too. Like, go look at your screen time right now. If you have social media and you use it, look at your screen time. That's how much of your attention these people are getting. So when something is free, you are what they're selling. You are the product, right? And the app developers are aware of how manipulative the algorithms are. Former Facebook president Sean Parker talked about it in an interview. I wrote down what he said, a little quote here. If the thought process that went into building these apps was all about how do we consume as much of your time and conscious attention as possible, and that means that we need to give you a little dopamine hit every once in a while, that's going to create a social validation feedback loop. It's exactly the kind of thing that a hacker like myself would come up with because you're exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology. So the people that created this shit, they know that it's like fucking your brain up. They're not dumb. They're really smart people. And they admitted it a lot of times. And I don't think they have intentions of harming us necessarily. Like, the world runs on money. They're just trying to get some money. They're just developing these tools. And in the process of that, they started to realize, oh shit, this is probably not good, but it's too late now. We already started it, you know? So, like, I don't think the people at Silicon Valley are evil necessarily. They're not doing this intentionally to ruin the world. Like, they are providing a great tool, but they're trying to get the message out that, hey, like, be cautious. Like, this thing could fuck you up. It could literally change your brain chemistry. And they admit this in many films, many interviews, like The Social Dilemma on Netflix. If you've never seen it, go watch it. It's great. These people like Mark Zuckerberg, like, they're all in this and they all admit to this. So this is not like new information that, oh no, like, you know, we know this shit, right? We know that they know, but they don't know what the fuck to do about it now because it's already in full swing, clearly. So, anyways, the creators of the app literally spent years and years with thousands of employees working 60, 70, 80, 90 hours a week with their smart brains of theirs. These people are not dumb. With the sole focus of making the algorithm as addictive as possible, because the more of your time and conscious attention they can get, the more money they make. And you mean to tell me, oh no, but I'm not addicted. I use the apps. I have a healthy relationship with these apps, and I use TikTok to watch cooking videos and learn about health. And it's like, that's great and all, but be fucking for real. You are addicted. The app was created with the sole focus of getting you addicted. You're addicted. Like, just be fucking for real for a second. Just, it's okay. Awareness is the first step to freedom. Everyone wants to be free. Come on. Listen, hear me out. The core process that makes social media companies money and damages society is behavior modification. It can be used to treat addictions, and it also can be used to create them. So if you've ever gotten addicted to something, you would know this to be true, something or someone, and gotten out of it, you would know that addiction can make you go a little cuckoo. It can make you lose your marbles, right? It can make you lose common sense. You know this. Like, look at any addicts. Come on now. I could go on and on about what makes the app so addicting and what makes them so, you know that they're addicting. Okay, that's all I gotta say. But addiction makes you go crazy. Addiction gives you less freedom because you're not mentally stable when you're addicted, right? So social pressure is also incredibly powerful. We're born wanting to be accepted by the people around us, and we require this instinct to survive as a species. Because, like, in tribal times, you had to be accepted by the tribe. You needed the tribe's help to survive, or you would fucking die. Like, men hunt, women give birth, whatever the fuck. That you have to be accepted by the tribe, or you'll on your own you'll die. Like, the lone wolf doesn't survive, you know? So plenty of times we've been reminded of this too, like how much people are influenced by social pressure, like the Stanford prison experiment. I could go on with so many examples of this. I thought of like 200, and then you know that people are influenced by social pressures, and it's been proven in so many experiments to the point where it's like disturbing. But anyways, social media thrives off this natural instinct that we have to be accepted by others. But instead of what used to be our tribe, who our brains now crave the social validation from, is everyone we interact with on social media. That's too many fucking people. Like, you can come into contact with so many people on social media in literally 10 minutes you could come into contact with like 50 people, right? Or like, I don't even know how many. You'd have to do the math on that. But 10 minutes like on TikTok, bro, you can see like literally they're like 30 seconds long, right? They could be even shorter. You can see so many people in 10 minutes. Holy shit. So seeing that many people and wanting all those people, your brain just is naturally wired to want all those people's validation. You're never going to fucking get it. You're never going to get validation from all of those people. And so your brain's never satisfied, and this inherently can make you pretty unhappy, right? Another unfortunate way social media is stealing your freedom has to do with the nature of our emotions. So, like, for example, when I'm at work, I'm a waitress, right? When I'm at work, people say please, thank you, and people like compliment me for doing good work all the time. Like, they'll be like, oh my god, thanks for doing that, that really is helpful, thank you. And I'll think about it for a second, right? I'll be like, oh, they appreciate me, great. And then I'll move on, right? I'll go think about the next thing like within 5 seconds. If I get a really good compliment, like a really heartfelt compliment, okay, I'll think about it for 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Maybe I'll think about it once later on that night, like, oh, that was so sweet of them. But if someone says something to me with the slightest tone of rudeness in their voice, you bet your ass I'm going to think about that all night. I'm going to think about that shit for 30 minutes, 2 hours, the next fucking day. I'm going to go home and tell my mama. I'm going to tell my best friend. I'm going to tell my brother. I'm going to tell my aunt. Like, I'm telling everyone, this bitch said something rude to me and she's going to fucking pay for this. Like, I'm going to think about this for hours, right? So, social media naturally just thrives off your negative emotions, because negative emotions are more likely to get your attention and retain it for a long period of time than positive ones. And so what ends up happening is the news and what the social media, or like what content is being fed to you, becomes negative, and then your thoughts are filled with negativity, and we all know that negative thoughts all the time are not good. Like, that's never a good thing. So this also becomes a problem because this is how elections get influenced. Hate groups get more and more attention, and overall just a bunch of negativity gets spread, and you lose control over your emotions because they have all these posts, and these people who you don't want to be influenced by end up getting influence over you and over your thoughts and over your emotions. They get your attention. They know how to get your attention, right? So addiction plays a huge part in why most of us don't just quit, but also it's a really useful tool. Social media is a great fucking tool because everyone's on it. So like Instagram, you want to look someone up, old name comes up, you want to figure out if you know this person or not, you can't remember why you know them, you just look them up real quick. Everyone's on that shit. You can find out about anyone at any time, anywhere. You hear a name, you can look them up, you can know fucking everything about them. Like, you can find out so much information. People post what school they go to, where their best friend, their auntie, their dog, everything's on there. Everyone and everything's on there, and that is why it's such a great tool, right? If no one was on it, if only, like, say you live in a city of 100,000 people and only 10,000 people are on the app, it's not going to be as useful. Or only 2,000 people are on the app, you're not really going to want to use it because it defeats the whole point. Like, the whole point is that everyone's on it, and that's why it's useful, right? Like, if you go on a dating app and there's only 10 fucking people on the dating app to choose from, you're just gonna be done with the app in 2 seconds. Like, they're not gonna get your attention. So, but because of that, it creates a huge issue because you can't leave the platform. You can't, there's not 100 platforms to choose from, right? There's like 5. Like, you can count on one hand how many platforms you have to choose from that give you the same benefit, that give you what the tool provides. But if you leave, it defeats the whole purpose. And so this creates monopsonies. So like you and I, the users of the app, are the product. We're the product. And Instagram is the buyer. And there's only one buyer. There's only one Instagram. There's not an alternative for Instagram. There's one. And you can't just create another one and go to that because no one's on the fucking app, and that defeats the whole purpose. So we're stuck. Like, you can't leave. Either you use it or you don't. That's the options. That's what a monopsony is. One buyer and a bunch of product. So you can't leave. There's no variety of choice. There's no other option. And in conclusion, quitting entirely is the only option for change. That's it. So if you don't like anything I said in this video, the only option I've come up with, or anyone else for that matter has come up with, is to quit. That's all I got. If you have an idea, I'd love to hear it in the comments. That's all for today. I love y'all. Don't stress yourself out though. Just use your brain. Think intentionally. Use your emotions intentionally. Have intention with what you're consuming on your phone. I love you guys. Bye bye.